Borderless.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to our second edition of UBC News Tonight on this 5th day of June 2022. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto and Muhammad Mugalu on sign language interpretation. Before we get into tonight's news bulletin, let's first take a look at the top stories of the night. Katumba Wamala holds Thanksgiving a year after surviving attempted assassination. Bunyoro Kitara to hold Mpangu celebrations on Saturday. Pade war claimants squander compensation funds. And in sports, Uganda off to a dismal start in AFCON 2023. Good evening once again and welcome to UBC News Tonight. Now in our first headlining story, the Vice President, Major Jessica Alupo, has advised young couples to put God at the center of their marriage and keep him close to have a long-lasting marriage. Vice President Alupo was speaking at the wedding of Ivan and Diana Mutasingwa at Speak Resort Munyonyo. Ivan, an LC3 councillor in Kampala Central, is a brother to the Minister of State in office of the Vice President, while Diana is a daughter to General Kavuma. Alupo thanked God for enabling her to be physically present at the wedding party.
Vice President Major Retired Jessica Alupo, who thanked God for enabling her to be physically present, spoke fondly of General Kavuma, father of the bride, who she said had played a big role in the pacification of Teso, earning him the name Opolot, in deep respect and gratitude for his role and commitment to peace.
General Kavuma worked in Teso, worked in Lango, worked in Acholi, worked in Karamoja, and worked so well to secure and bring peace to the people of that angle. To the extent that we named him Opolot, is Onach Opolot, meaning brother Opolot. We call him our brother, and his name is Opolot. Opolot is pure of heart, someone with a pure heart.
Flanked by the Deputy Speaker of Uganda's Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, the Vice President also expressed her gratitude to Honorable Diana Mutasingwa for being a proactive and hard worker who is quick to suggest solutions to pressing challenges.
Diana, thank you very much for being very proactive. I know you for being very proactive minister, and very easy to work with. I have been together with the team in the office, grooming her, and we will continue grooming her.
She donated a cow to the couple. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, urged the couple to grow continuously in love, because where there is love, there is a way.
Ivan yondiza kweta tuganire byitu niyo kugambira go rukiga proper kandi tu indeed ntwikirizanga na kugira ngo rukundo mu buto rukundo mu bukuru haboko biri mu rukundo no mukikura ratagata tokagira ubuzibu nakace na myaka kinana ratagata kandi bitari mu rukundo na nobo nira rafuka.
General Sam Kavuma, spoke fondly of his daughter while counseling her.
When you were born, you did not have a husband. And today, you have one in the names of Ivan Alvin Mutasingwa. You should therefore consider yourself as a very lucky young girl.
Ivan Mutasingwa, a first-class degree holder in economics and finance, was hailed by his father, Charles Mutasingwa, for being outstanding, very brilliant boy and business partner.
You are going to start the journey from today. Life, it is a journey. Ivan, from today, you're head of the family. But Diana, she's heart of the family.
On her part, Honorable Diana Mutasingwa thanked her brother for being strong-willed, selfless, patient, and loving.
We toast to Ivan and Diana. Congratulations.
Several other dignitaries present at the function gave tributes to the couple. Etole Ed Akenjul, UBC News.
Now, as a way of appreciating God for saving him from assassins, General Katumba Wamala has rallied fellow leaders in a fundraising drive for church construction. Katumba, who sustained serious bullet injuries in an assassination attempt that claimed his daughter in June 2021, is thankful to the Almighty for saving his life. Prime Minister Robin Anabanja represented President Lauryn Masika at the event, where she delivered 50 million Uganda shillings from the head of state.
General Katumba Wamala would probably be dead by now had it not been for the mercy of God that saw him survive an assassination. His daughter that died in the homicide may be long dead, but his appreciation to the Almighty for saving him is all evident.
It was by His grace that I'm not being referred to as the late Katumba.
1 year later, the best gesture for him is to appreciate God for saving him. This is why he is mobilizing resources for construction of a new church, St. Mark Chikandwa Church of Uganda, in Nakifuma County, Mukono District.
Enkumbi eno gye ngenda okutema olwaleero ngitema kuba pulezidenti w'eggwanga. Emirembe egyaleetebwa NRM gye gitusobozesa okuzimba amakanisa na byonna bye mumanyi mu ggwanga lino.
The groundbreaking ceremony was performed by the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Robin Anabanja, who represented President Yoweri Museveni.
Let me take the honor to unveil the construction of Chikandwa, St. Mark, Church of Uganda.
This was preceded by a fundraising and thanksgiving ceremony for General Katumba Wamala's family. The main celebrant was His Grace Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda. Nabanja delivered 50 million shillings donated by President Yoweri Museveni, as she also contributed 10 million shillings.
The NRM has lately been encouraging churches to start up projects that sustain its leaders and activities to cause the growth of the church for it to thrive amidst challenging times like this.
The president thanked all people who contributed towards the construction and supported Chikandwa Church of Uganda.
This occasion presents to all of us a challenge and a call for us to carry each other's burden in service by giving part of our proceeds to God. Gone are days when the church was fully dependent on the believers for the survival of its leaders and the welfare of church activities.
On his part, General Katumba Wamala thanked God for allowing him the second chance to live. He also thanked the president for standing with him during that trying moment.
The president stood with me. Even as I was being rushed into the stabilization hall place at Malcolm Hospital before I went to the major surgery, among the first telephones which came in was HE, the president's call. I want to thank him for being so fatherly. He comforted me, he talked to me, and he gave me encouragement.
The occasion was attended and graced by many other dignitaries, including ministers, members of parliament, senior government officials, and the business community. Prominent among them were Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Taiwa, the third Deputy Prime Minister Rukia Nakadama, and Sam Kutesa, the former Foreign Affairs Minister.
A number of war claimants in Padre district who recently received money as livestock compensation are reportedly misusing the money on unproductive work. Padre district resident Commissioner Milton Odongo says a number of beneficiaries are misusing the money and might soon regret. Take a look.
738 war claimants out of 1,119 in Padre district have received compensation money for the livestock they lost during the previous conflicts. However, the money has not served the intended purpose, as most of them have reportedly diverted money for buying prostitutes and alcohol.
Now, those who started getting money, our intelligence have indicated to us, they are starting misusing the money. They are buying with the Malaya to have sex. They are now drinking money, excessive drinking, which leads to low productivity. You get drunk at night, you cannot work on your wife, and then it causes domestic violence. Why are you misusing the money?
Prostitutes from Gulu City are now flooding in Padre Town Council after learning that government had started compensating the war claimants.
Now, you could have seen when we were seated here. Have you not seen it? Malayas have left other towns in Gulu. They are now here. These people, there were some people with big battles here, disturbing us here with big battles. They are looking for this money of the war claimants.
Padre District Resident Commissioner Milton Odongo cautioned the unpaid beneficiary against misusing money in case they get paid.
Buy cows so that you multiply the cows. In the future, you send your children to school, educate them, it improve your income. Maybe if the cow reaches like 150, your son also marries a woman, so that you remember that this is my daughter-in-law. And this is how to go, but not just buying Malayas.
Odongo also lashed out to government critics who are claiming that the beneficiaries are being cheated.
Now, somebody was saying that, this government wants the people of Acholi to remain poor because they are paying 1 million. The criteria of paying this money was 15%. To all 15% of every animal you have claimed. But now, for the case of Padre, we have decided that instead of 15, we are starting with 1 million per cow. And that is the figure we are going with, 1 million. Meaning if you are claiming 30 cows, that is 30 million, like that.
This matter was raised in the local accountability meeting held by the Office of the Prime Minister in Padre Town Council. Joseph Oko, UBC.
Residents of Rushere Town Council in Chiruhura district are anxiously waiting for a sports tournament that has been rescheduled for the 14th of June. The tournament was previously planned for this Sunday, the 5th of June 2022. The Mayor, Rushere Town Council, King Martin Chanyawanga, pledges full support towards the success of the event, meant to be a homecoming for the Land's Forces Commander, Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba.
Kasharara Playground in Chiruhula district will be the place to be come Tuesday 14th June 2022 as the Commander Land Forces Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba officiates a sports tournament.
Lose hope because this is his homeland. Any time, either at night or during the daytime, he's allowed to come.
The Mayor Rushele Town Council, King Martin Kanyawanga, appeals to residents to embrace the event that is meant to be the homecoming for the Land Forces Commander, Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba.
We organized that tournament very well and we are ready.
The switching of dates and venue was welcomed by area leaders to ensure a more organized planning. The sports event was previously meant for this Sunday, 5th June 2022. Says Imwetwale is the Speaker of Chirhura District Local Government Council, who is looking forward to hosting this grand event.
I thank him because we are having more time to organize better. We are having a tournament which will be on that 14th.
Residents of Roshere and Nyakashara are equally anxious to host the event.
ango mnonga chokwakira omugeni witu General Muhoozi
Sangwa Nyakashara dayari saba abantu bakiruhura abereho kwemereza kwa MK ebiro bitano konke 2012 natekwa kwisha
ije 2012 tumutangirire twena twatanise hamwe na rukundo no kumwakira.
You all welcome people from all over the country, people from neighboring districts like Sembabuli, Chirhura and Kazo. We have people from Bara, we have those from Lyantonde and other districts. You're all welcome.
General Muhoozi Kainerugaba homecoming tournament will be held on 14th June at Nyakashara Playground in Chirhura District. Jane Nyiramchia, UBC News.
Preparations are underway for Bunyoro Kingdom 28th Mpango anniversary of Omukama Solomon Gafabusa Iguru I on the 11th of June this year at the King's Palace Karuzika in Hoima City. Bunyoro Kingdom Prime Minister Andrew Byakutaga told the residents of Kagadi district to embrace culture and prosperity.
It is party after party across Bunyoro Kingdom as one of Uganda's oldest kingdoms prepares for the 28th coronation anniversary of Omukama Solomon Gafabusa Iguru I on 11th June this year. The Bunyoro Kingdom Prime Minister Andrew Byakutaga joined Kagadi district residents for their Echoto cultural rite held at Kagadi Hospital. The Premier urged the Banyoro and mostly the cultural leaders to work towards revival of good cultural practices and empower the young generation with values, norms and morals.
The kingdom set up an organizing committee to prepare for the commemoration ceremony, and the committee is chaired by Right Honorable Jonathan Mwendwa Mutiti, the first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Culture. Other members include Honorable Dina Kasanaki, the Minister of Gender, Honorable Katende Patrick, the Minister of Social Affairs, the Chief Administrative Secretary, Mr. Alex Katusabe, and departmental heads at the BKK Secretariat.
Buyaga County Chief Francis Byamukama thanked Bunyoro Premier for striving to revive cultural norms in the kingdom.
Hanyuma yewe byone nti abantu bayesorozaga nibajya Kyoto abagurusi runda abanyineka nibaterera rundi nibabaliza abana babo nibabalizeka nibabaliza ikyaro burya bagakyaro kyona bayizire haga Kyoto hano nibabaliza niko ngamba ni haikara haroho businge kuleta businge kubaza bikebirungi binakorwa kwegesa abantu umulingo bari nakwitwara bike bari nakora kuranti tabayireho njara balimire kurungi.
Vice Chairman Kagadi Central Ward thanked the Premier for gracing the Echoto and urged kingdom leaders to continue upholding cultural practices. A health worker attached to Kagadi Hospital, Vincent Bisobora, appreciated the area chief for galvanizing the significance of Echoto in promoting Banyoro cultural values that bind them together.
Abazaire betaga abana nibagambire bigendo maiso nibagambire mbera nko kweri nibagambira ngire bakwera bya the way how somebody should behave. Bana bange kiro kine merete bayireyo cyoka munyoto cyayi muri akenjwa ko muri akahogako tukoleki munyo ho tuzi tukoleki tubiyame. It was the center of consolation kuyo musayije bintu bena na higira siba na higa kwiga kwalema yaja no muhogo yaja negonje yaja ne bokora by then yaja na no musu enende For those who do not know culturally, nende bagiyeta dikidiki, almost like it's edible rat.
A health worker at Kagadi Hospital, Jen Tohaise, appealed to all public servants to support the kingdom's efforts to extend services to the Omukama's subjects.
Then nemyetwalize obwokuruga hamulimu ogarukire omuka. Emyetwalize y'omuntu arugire hamulimo n'omusoso yatemberi tukuikana. Nibwo omuramwa ogwakiro kino. Ekintu kinu tata omwikirwa tinkitekanize nyenga. Ngeri kyali kiroto kyaitu nyine komiti ey'abasajja n'abakazi enkwatangabo.
The Echoto, all evening fireplace, is a ritual characterized by storytelling, meat roasting, sharing and cultural dances. It symbolizes solidarity, peace and unity. Sudat Kaye, Andrew Musinguzi, UBC News.
Nutrition experts have expressed concern over the increasing food waste in Africa. In Adjumani district, which is a basket of vegetation growing, the waste has been attributed to lack of information, market, poor transportation and poor harvesting handling, among others. Sasakawa Association Africa has embarked on training smallholder farmers on horticulture, post-harvesting handling, value addition and preservation.
Sasakawa Association Africa has embarked on a mass campaign aimed at training smallholder farmers in Adjumani district on the entire agriculture value chain, including production, harvesting, transportation, storage, marketing and handling.
In Adjumani, we are working in 6 sub-counties, and these sub-counties were selected because they are hosting mainly the refugee communities, and the reason why we chose the vegetables, it is because these mature early.
Sasakawa market survey analysis shows that vegetable waste in Africa is due to poor transportation, inadequate access to technology and other related information.
We are talking about food which has gone through the value chain and is ready for consumption, is safe for consumption, but again it ends up being wasted because probably it has not been preserved, or there was nobody to consume it at that particular time, and when this, for example, the vegetables, the tomatoes you find in the market yard, just wasted. And then there's this food that is lost at the farm level. The post-harvest losses throughout from production up to the market. Because of poor storage, you find farmers just store anyhow. The vegetable farmers don't have cooling systems.
The field training held at Adjumani Multipurpose Center is equipping farmers with modern skills on horticulture, post-harvest handling and preservation.
We are introducing charcoal coolers. It doesn't use electricity, but it can be utilized by the different farmer groups. We are trying to put them in central places so that farmers can utilize them to preserve their produce before they sell them off. And then also the dryers, the solar dryers, so that they can add value to their produce.
Jacqueline Namsalisi is the technical coordinator, Sensitive Agriculture, Sasakawa Association Africa.
So yes, as promoting vegetable production and all the skills that we are instilling in the farmers, this is going to be beneficial, and it's going to already there are success stories. Tomatoes are being exported. Initially, tomatoes were being imported.
The farmers say the training is the best option for them to grow vegetables for home consumption and market.
So this training has given me a lot of knowledge and skills, which I think I can go and pass it to my farmers so that they can also reap from their production.
They have found something good, knowledgeable, which will help me right from today when I really get out my produce from the garden. I know how to keep it.
The produce they take to the market is valuable, and the buyers should be interested in buying it.
At the training, smallholder farmers are also equipped with relevant skills to adopt technologies using the local materials to increase production and productivity of vegetable growing. Sudat Kaye, Robert Waita, UBC News.
Ugandan members of parliament have appealed to government to prepare for a possible negative economic aftermath of the Kenyan presidential elections. Now, this call comes in a wake of increasing commodity prices, including fuel, whose main transit route to Uganda is the port of Mombasa in Kenya. As State Minister for Trade, David Bahati allays these fears. William Ruto and Raila Odinga, the two main Kenyan presidential candidates, have been successfully nominated.
The consultations have been ongoing. The crowds have been growing. And now the process of nominating presidential candidates is on course.
The Electoral Code of Conduct places a responsibility on all candidates.
The successful nomination of Kenya Kwanza's William Ruto on Saturday and Azimio la Umoja's Raila Odinga on Sunday has set the pace for official campaigns. The race is tight. The excitement among supporters of the competitors is high, and the candidates are hopeful. But the situation is worrisome to some leaders in the East African region. Members of parliament from Kenya's sovereign neighbor Uganda are some of them.
We don't know who will be the winner, how the losers will react, whether somebody will say, I congratulate you, whether they will say you have not won, whether they will decide to run to court. Such decisions have a bearing not only on Kenya, but the entire East African bloc.
Uganda must be prepared. Prepared in number one, the fuel reserves in Jinja must be stocked. The government fuel reserves, they must be stocked with enough fuel to have capacity that we can sustain our fuel capacity to almost 2 months.
Once bitten, twice shy. The Uganda legislators are worried of what may become of the exercise when the outcome is announced. Their worries stem from the 2007 to 2008 post-election violence that saw thousands killed and more thousands displaced, a situation that affected Uganda economically.
Immediately, Ugandans were affected seriously. Roads were blocked. Prices of fuel rise up to 35,000 Uganda shillings per litre. Therefore, we need to prepare ourselves as Ugandans, aware that the election for Kenya is barely 3 months left.
And because history repeats itself, at the moment, the Kenyans are now going again to the elections. And Uganda, we must be brave for anything that comes out, because we are not in control of the events in Kenya. But given the race, how tight it is, we should be ready for anything.
Should there be a problem, then we have a problem in Uganda. But my call on Uganda is we have only actually 2 months to elections in Kenya. Uganda should stock the fuel.
However, these fears have been allayed by State Minister for Trade, David Bahati.
We had an issue of fuel, and His Excellency the President spoke to President Uhuru, and the Minister of Energy went there, and this has been resolved. We have now a mechanism on how the fuel that will be coming into the country will be flowing, and we don't anticipate any problem. Sometimes campaigns can be hot.
Bahati, who recently represented Uganda at the Kenyan National Thanksgiving Prayer, says the political situation that side is not worrisome.
Vice President Ruto and the running mate of Raila and the President Uhuru all spoke about guaranteeing peace during these elections, and also stopping the insults amongst each other and running a campaign based on values.
The presidential race is said to be a two-horse, run between Kenya Kwanza's William Ruto on one side and Azimio la Umoja's Raila Odinga on the other. Elections are scheduled for Tuesday, 9th August 2022. Henry Okurut, UBC.
Reformed Pokot warriors have asked fellow Karamojong warriors to quit the trade and embrace peace. Most of the Pokot reformed warriors are earning big from their structures in Karita town, and others are business people who trade in livestock, food items, among others.
139 kilometers away from Amudat is Karita town, the birthplace of the Pokot, that also neighbors West Pokot of Kenya and Sabine of Sebei sub-region. It is a fast developing urban center compared to other towns in Karamoja. When insecurity was at its peak in the 1990s, Anna Namiti, a current OPM community coordinator and peace mobilizer in Amudat district, sold off her animals and constructed a permanent house.
But I see the rate was too much. I sold them. After selling them is when I bought sand, I bought bricks, I did this, and this is my house. And I get money. They saw the money, real money in my hand. I told them this is what I earn every month.
This was a turning point for many Pokot warriors who had terrorized the region for years but had nothing to show in life.
Can you show me how to start this work? To start building, I also want to try. I told him, you sit down. I brought a book. Although he never went to school, but he was listening to what I was saying. You get cement like this, you get sand like this, you get bricks like this. The man said, I have my bulls. We went with him to the kraal. He said, if I sell 20, I say you sell 30, which will finish your block. He sold and he started.
Now, 99% of the permanent structures and businesses are owned by reformed Pokot warriors.
Tunafaidika sahi. Tunanua mangombe yetu ile hakuna haramu. Tunachanga hakuna haramu. Tunasomesha watoto.
Prices rise up. That is the time they sell them and they get profit out of that. So most of the reformed warriors have taken that as a business, and through the livestock they have now gone as far as educating their children. They have gone as far as constructing commercial houses which they are renting out to.
The reformed warriors want government to extend financial support in form of loans to help them expand their businesses.
But rather, they need a boost from the government to ensure that the businesses that they have initiated, the livestock that they are restocking or keeping, waiting for the rises of the prices in the markets, should be protected by.
Pokot reformed warriors call upon Karimojong warriors who are still terrorizing the region to quit and embrace peace. They thanked President Yoweri Museveni and First Lady for the development in Karamoja.
I thank a lot to this government because of what it has done here to our people here, Pokot, because people have changed from where they were. They have now reformed seriously onto businesses. That is what I can say, that there is a great change since they disarm government disarmed them.
Hata sahi kila mtu ile varika sala silikuwa naongea hapa, kila mtu anafanya business sahi, na hawa achasoma, lakini gaangalia hawa kila mtu sahi unasinda mwenye iko na degree kwa sababu ya
pili. Lakini mimi naweka, aliuliza Pokot ngapi ile pale ya kupika ukali, mawe ngapi? Tukasema 3. Msebe nasema sahi nimeweka mawe ngapi? Wewe konga ukali yako, sufuria hapa naanguka.
Amudat has over 100 reformed Pokot warriors who have never attended school but developing Karita at a higher speed.
St. Henry's College, Chitovu in Masaka district is gearing towards celebrating 100 years of existence. The occasion is due the 16th of July 2022, but already has witnessed several activities to ensure it's memorable. Take a look.
Government and the Catholic Church have been hailed for support rendered to St. Henry's College, Kitovu, that celebrates 100 years next month. Kitovu plans to celebrate in style with a monument that requires 700 million Uganda shillings to be constructed, and when complete, will benefit community.
We are putting up a monument to commemorate 100 years, and this is going to be called the Shark Education Center. This center is going to serve as a multi-purpose hall, and during holidays we want to give back to the community where they will be able to come and train. We have vulnerable people around who can come and be skilled, and this will be giving back to the community.
The build-up to celebrations has started 7 years ago with plaques of appreciation to prominent alumni like John Ken Luchamuzi, and will continue till D-Day.
For the last 7 years, we have been recognizing some of the students for their generous contributions towards the college. And today we have recognized some of them. And among those we have recognized, not all of them are old boys. They are people who have served this college, like the gatekeeper, Limulimu. He has served this college for more than 25 years. We have our nurse who retired recently, Nurse Francis Nachiwu. We have also recognized her for the service she has rendered to the college.
St. Henry's College Kitovu has stamped its authority in Uganda through success, not only in education, but also sports.
Sadolin paints have aided one of Kampala's most renowned primary education institutions with paint worth 80 million Uganda shillings. It was handed over to Minister for Kampala, Minsa Kabanda, who tasked authority to put the paint to its required use.
Bat Valley Primary School in Kampala will no longer appear as is here, following an offer from Sadolin Paints to refurbish the establishment.
This is the oldest school, one of the oldest school in Kampala, and when we get in touch with KCCA, they recommend that let us go to the Bet Valley school. They also need painting, and during that time, meanwhile, a management team of Bet Valley school has get in touch with us, and we discuss, and then we finally decided, so let's go and support to Bet Valley school. So there are many organizations, government or co-government, which need to be repainted, and who can't afford the paint. So we go there and we support them. So this is basically to support the community. It's giving back to the community.
Minister for Kampala Minsa Kabanda welcomed the Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative and urges the recipients to utilize it for its intended goal.
The Indian community, the Alam group of companies, Sadolin group, and we're so grateful for whatever they've given to us. Otherwise, as KCC, we don't have that much money to give to these people. We are only assisted by our stakeholders.
UBC News Tonight takes a very short break, but we return with business stories. Don't move an inch.
About my waka, now come and see for yourself. See my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo. Jambola be waka, look at you waka. See my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo.
Show them waka with MTN Momo Nyabo. Simply deposit 20K or more on your mobile money for a chance to win 3 Toyota Succeeds and money to 2,000 lucky winners every week. We're giving away 24 cars and over 2 billion shillings of mobile money.
Football packages, great entertainment, sports, the local golden tea, telenovela, the movies. There is something for everybody. Everybody, Go TV. This is where great stories live.
Get the best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Uganda shillings per month. GoTV, great stories. Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda. Love it.
Even with my grandson, a doctor at my side, I struggled to get the help I needed. But he saw something that day. He began to work day and night. He wouldn't quit, even when people said no. He wouldn't stop fighting. He knew something had to change, and his vision was bigger than anyone could imagine. He made it possible to receive quality medical services anywhere in Uganda by simply using a phone.
This is a story of a regular Ugandan just like you, who harnessed the power of technology to provide a solution for us. How about you tell us your story? UG needs more of you. To share your story, visit airtel.co.ug/UG needs more of you or call or SMS 162. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Fun is our flavor. When we're together, the vibe is pretty alright. Our taste is fruity awesome. We are Uganda's #1 fruity refreshment. Enjoy Mirinda Fruity, Uganda's #1 fruity refreshment.
Are you a player in the tourism sector with a struggling business following the COVID pandemic? UDB, in partnership with European Union, is providing financial assistance to businesses operating in the tourism sector. You can access subsidized loan with grants, loan with a tenure of up to 5 years, free business advisory services, and free environmental impact assessment. Visit www.udbl.co.ug/call for applications to apply. Deadline for submission is 31st October 2022 at 5 p.m. For more information, please call 0414 355 509.
The Kabaka Birthday Run 2022 is back on Sunday, 3rd July 2022 at Lubiri Mengo. This year, the run will be physical and will be flagged off by Sabasaja Kabaka at 7 a.m. Come out in large numbers once again to Lubiri Mengo. Run for a cause to fight and end HIV by 2030. Buy your ticket today at 15,000 Uganda shillings from Airtel shops at Tobani Center, New Taxi Park, ShopRite Building, Benchwanka Street, Majestic Brands Office at Bulange Mengo. You can also buy your ticket using Airtel Money. Dial *185*5#. Select Payments, select Kabaka Run, and follow the prompts to complete the payment. Kabaka Birthday Run 2022 is brought to you by UNAID, CBS, BBS, and Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back from that break. And now into the business scene. The Japanese International Cooperation Agency, in partnership with the National Forestry Authority and the Uganda Gymnastics Association, has conducted a cleaning and tree planting exercise at St. John Bosco Katende Primary School in Mpigi District. The exercise was part of the activities to mark this year's Environmental Awareness Day under the theme Only One Earth. Take a look.
Japanese International Cooperation Agency Uganda Chief Representative Yuchiyama Takayu has highlighted the significance of tree planting and general environment protection in line with the day's theme.
What is important is to keep it clean, not just cleaning. Please do continuously keep clean environment. And to do so, also cleaning is very important. But don't throw rubbish is much more important.
This was during activities to mark this year's World Environment Awareness Day that involved the planting of 60 trees, demonstrations on garbage and waste disposal management, and gymnastics, geared at raising the people's awareness on environment protection. The National Forestry Authority Lectures Range Manager, James Sebugwawo, underscored the need to plant and preserve the indigenous tree species to mitigate the environmental changes.
Yes, we are emphasizing planting of indigenous trees because many of them are getting to extinction. They are being cut by our people. So by giving free seedlings, it's an incentive to the community.
The head teacher, St. John Bosco Katende, Sister Maxine Shiababirie, hailed the JICA and the National Forestry Authority for the guest chair, which will go a long way in equipping the pupils with environmental skills.
Environment where we get the life that we have, because within the environment we have trees, we get oxygen from the trees. If we distort the environment, if we damage the environment, even our life will go.
Today's National Environment Day has been marked under the theme, Only One Earth. Ivan Juko and Edward Collins Juko reporting for UBC.
Be alert. Do not share your Airtel Money PIN number with anyone. Airtel Uganda employees will never ask for your Airtel Money PIN number on call, SMS, or by email. All SIM card registrations, SIM card verifications, or SIM swaps are done at clearly branded Airtel shops and not on phone. To report any fraudulent activity, please call 100 immediately. The official calling number for Airtel promotions is 0200 100 100. Stay alert on Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Affordable packages, great entertainment, sports, the local content, telenovela, the movies. There is something for everybody. Everybody. GoTV, this is where great stories live.
Get the best entertainment for any budget. With GoTV, you will have great entertainment for as little as 13,000 Uganda shillings per month. GoTV, great stories, Zidiwano. GoTV Uganda, love it.
Jennifer, Jukila, Wewagamba, I don't have waka. You passed the eyes through me about my waka. Now come and see for yourself, see my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo. Jambola be waka, look at you waka, see my waka that I got with Momo Nyabo.
Show them waka with MTN Momo Nyabo. Simply deposit 20K or more on your mobile money for a chance to win 3 Toyota Succeeds and money to 2,000 lucky winners every week. We're giving away 24 cars and over 2 billion shillings of mobile money.
Beat the back-to-school hustle today. Pay school fees conveniently using Airtel Money. Dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees.
Select to pay using Bridge Schools, School Pay, or Beg Pay.
Select option 1, pay fees. Enter student number. Enter the amount. Enter the PIN number to complete payment. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
We bring you a fresh, well-researched program to help you identify opportunities for investment, job creation, growing your entrepreneurial skills, wealth creation, and social transformation. Create wealth, transform livelihoods. Every week, we showcase opportunities for creating new products and services. Excellence in innovation, the passion and drive to succeed, and the right mindset to grow your business. Create wealth, transform livelihoods. Brought to you by Operation Wealth Creation.
Beat the back-to-school hustle today. Pay school fees conveniently using Airtel Money. Dial *185#. Select option 6, school fees.
Select to pay using Bridge Schools, School Pay, or Beg Pay.
Select option 1, pay fees. Enter student number. Enter the amount. Enter the PIN number to complete payment. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Yes, and now into the sports scene. Uganda Cranes got off to the worst possible start in its quest of qualifying for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations due in Ivory Coast. Uganda started its Group F engagement away to Algeria in a game the hosts won convincingly through unanswered goals by Simandi and Yusuf Bilaili. The Cranes, that were totally outplayed at some stage, had a chance to level the scores at 1-1, but forward Farouk Mia saw his tame penalty kick saved by Algerian custodian Mustafa Zegba. The Cranes endured long periods of pressure from the Algerians that enjoyed themselves before a partisan crowd that cheered almost at every touch. The two teams returned to action on Wednesday with the Cranes at home against Niger, that shared the points with Tanzania, that host Algeria. In other games played in the first round of the group, names Mali beat Congo 4-0, Mauritania outclassed Sudan 3-0, reigning African champion Senegal aged Benin 3-1, while DR Congo lost 1-0 to Gabon. There are 12 groups at this stage, with the top 2 from each assured a place at the final tournament in Ivory Coast next June.
Well, Unas takes...
Well, this weekend's edition of UBC News Tonight has come to an end, but before we leave, let's take another look at the top stories of the night. In our stories tonight, Katuma Mamala holds Thanksgiving a year after surviving attempted assassination. Bunyoro Kitara to hold Mpango celebrations on Saturday. Pader war claimants squander compensation funds. And in sports, Uganda off to dismal start in AFCON 2023. We'd like to thank you so much for your company this evening. We do have a long week ahead of us, and also still remember that COVID-19 is still in the country and we should be able to apply all the standard operating procedures. Wear your mask, sanitize, wash your hands for 20 seconds to get rid of this disease out of our country. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto, and of course my colleague and sign language interpretation, Muhammad Mugalu. We wish you a blessed new week ahead of you. We'll leave you with Kutesa Mili with tomorrow's weather forecast. Good night.
Weather update, we are still experiencing sunny conditions most parts of the country, apart from some few areas that are having light isolated showers, and this is due to the region that is over the Indian Ocean that is depriving us of the moist winds. It's supposed to come into our country, hence depriving us of the wet activities. Tomorrow morning we expect to wake up with sunny intervals most parts of the country, apart from some few areas around Lake Victoria. We expect it to have light showers. Afternoon hours though, we expect a continuation of sunny intervals most parts of the country, apart from some few areas across lake shores and some parts of the Karamoja region. I expect to have light isolated showers. Temperature is up 31 degrees Celsius across Karamoja region, 30 northern part of our country, 27 across City Kampala, and 24 across Kawali Highlands. It's moving out of Uganda, trying the cities across the globe. The few ones we have for you: Nairobi and Paris and Tokyo. I expect to have light isolated showers with thunderstorm at a maximum of 25 degrees Celsius across Nairobi. New York with sunny intervals. Dubai with sunny conditions at a maximum of 41 degrees Celsius. Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Kutesa Mili. Stay tuned and see you.